you've been a long time supporter of Big Meech.
Right.
And when Big Meech came home, there was a big concert that was thrown, that was supposed to be thrown.
Right.
A lot of big names were on it.
Right.
Lil Baby, 21 Savage, 42 Doug, Sexy Red, and Boosie.
Right.
So, how did you get involved in this concert?
I mean, Meech reached out. And I reached back at him, and we chopped it up. And it wasn't about no concert shit. Just, you know, when he first came home, he hit me. We chopped it up on FaceTime. Welcome home. Woo woo woo. We just chopped it up, and probably 2-3 weeks later, he hit me about the concert, gave me a date on it, and gave my word, I'll be there.
Right. It's supposed to be on Thursday, February 13th.
Yeah.
And along with the names I mentioned, there's also Rick Ross, Kodak Black, ESTG, Moneybagg Yo, Bossman D-Lo, T Grizzly, Babyface Ray, I Swear Vezo, Skilla Baby, Peasy, Payroll Giovanni, YTB Fat, Tay B, and Young Scooter. Pretty big lineup. I'm assuming that you were doing it for free?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm assuming everyone else was doing it for free also.
I mean,
yeah.
You charge a nigga to come home from jail, you a slob.
Right. So you have this big concert with a bunch of big names. I mean, look, like Lil Baby and Kodak Black alone could fill up, a stadium pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And 21 Savage, I mean, he was on tour with Jake doing stadiums. So this was a very, very big concert. Now, leading up to the concert, things went a little wrong.
Right.
So Big Meech does a video with Rick Ross, who has been beefing with 50 forever. Now, keep in mind, Southwest T took a picture with Supreme's son, and that kind of caused some problems already. But T took the post down, and everything seemed to be kind of okay at that point. But then Big Meech did this video, and all hell started to break loose.
So how do you guys feel about the Big Meech, Lil Meech, 50 Cent, and Rick Ross situation? Basically, what I heard is Big Meech was taking pictures with Rick Ross. Rick Ross and 50 Cent got beef. And Little Meech, was basically under 50's wing while Big Meech was in jail. 50 paid for his acting classes. He started the whole show BMF, which is about Big Meech. So he's basically putting their family on. And basically 50 Cent didn't like the fact that Big Meech was taking pictures and videos with Rick Ross because they got beef. So he completely just cut the whole series off. He fired Little Meech. So Little Meech was basically in a rough situation. Obviously, Little Meech loves his pops, Big Meech. But at the same time, 50 Cent been his mentor. And Little Meech basically texts 50 like, yo, like, it's not that serious. And then 50 exposed the text messages online. So I think that this just shows how weak our culture is. Like, we need to learn how to come together. We need to learn how to, keep things offline. And we don't have to troll. Granted, I love when 50 trolls, but at the same time, like, we're doing so much more destruction to the culture than, actually come together and being positive. You don't see this in other races. You only see this in the black race where we tear each other down for our own ego, our own pride. And for what? Because at the end of the day, we're always going to be stronger as a team. We're always going to be stronger. And granted, I know beef gets real and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when you reach your 50s, 60s, these guys are old enough to realize, ain't no money in the beef. But what do you guys feel about the situation? Do you guys feel like Big Meech was wrong for taking a picture with Rick Ross? Do you think that 50 Cent is wrong for exposing the text messages? Let me know in the comments.
Right.
So 50 started accusing Big Meech of being a rat, essentially. And and you and I talked about this in previous interviews, there was the allegations of third party cooperating with this guy named Cuffy, who was a kingpin, I believe, from Detroit. When you were seeing this whole back and forth, what did you think?
I ain't never hear about the Cuffy shit. Like, I ain't. I couldn't go on them because they arguing. I couldn't go on. Once I gave somebody my word, he ain't got no seal paperwork. I mean, I just couldn't bag out on dude. Once I get somebody my word, I gotta go on some factual shit. And it was. So I went down there. I was gonna perform. I went down there. I was gonna perform. I ain't know nothing till I got in the Louis store buying my outfit.
Oh, you didn't see the whole back and forth with 50 and Meech and everything?
No, I'm talking about when it was time.
Oh, okay. So right, because the concert was still going to happen.
I saw the back and forth with them. I saw the back and forth with them. Like before the concert. Like a couple days before the concert, I saw that. So I mean, I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait it out. But I ain't gonna bag out nobody because something going on with them.
Right. So, the story basically goes, and we don't know at this point what really happened.
Yeah.
It's a little bit fuzzy.
Yeah.
But the story is that there is a woman named Tammy Cohen who is an informant, but she is a civilian, and Meech gave her his life rights, and she then took those life rights and made a deal with 50, and that's how the BMF TV series came about. But the allegations is that Meech was giving her information that she then was taking to the feds that was getting people hemmed up and so forth. But like I said, we don't know that that's for sure.
Right.
And according to 50 and some other people, it seemed like things kind of went bad between Tammy and Meech once he got out of prison. I think that was like, she thought he...
Oh, they was fucking around?
I think maybe she thought that, they were going to be together once he gets out. But once he gets out, he moves in with his baby mother. And there's also a story that Meech wants his life rights back, and there's some friction over that. So now she's like allegedly talking to 50 and giving him information and so forth. And I guess he's doing a documentary about her, and so forth. It's messy, but it's 50. But you know how 50 gets down. None of this should surprise you.
Yeah, this shit crazy. I heard Cup supposed to be trying to get in touch with me. Talk to me. Yeah.
Right. What's his name?
I like to hear both people's side. That's what I like to hear, both people's side.
Right. Well, Blue Da Vinci, who was part of BMF, that's actually who I was hanging out with mostly when BMF, brought me out to Atlanta.
Okay.
Me and him was always cool. He's mad at me because some people came on Vlad TV and accused him of, cooperating and so forth.
Yeah.
But my thing was like, I have nothing against you. There's you're welcome to tell your side as well.
Yeah.
He actually had Cuffy like on the phone in a video and so forth, and he's kind of pushing that whole thing because the BMF dudes really kind of don't rock with him.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of friction over there. One of the things that 50 said, which was interesting though, when they were going, when he had the back and forth, was he said that Meech had a 6 p.m. curfew and he wasn't even going to be able to go to the concert. Did you know about that?
Nah.
Okay. That was a little weird. It's a Big Meech concert without Big Meech.
I don't know.
Right. Okay. So, and then there's a whole back and forth with his son and everything else like that. Now, one of the things, Tony Ayo was on my show yesterday, and we talked about it. He said that Lil Meech made like $4 million off doing BMF. But if you look at the text message, he was basically saying like, yo, fuck Rick Ross, but, he gave my dad some money, and, he needed it until I get my next check from BMF, from the BMF TV series from the next season. 50's like, what next season? But what Tony was saying was that Lil Meech had essentially spent all his money that he had made this whole time. Bunch of pairs of Chrome Hearts jeans that are like 10,000 each, buying Richard Mille watches and hanging out in Atlanta with Gunna and all these dudes that are making millions of dollars, and he's trying to kind of keep up with them. So his dad gets out and he doesn't have $1 million to just give his dad.
Yeah.
So his dad is having to rely on other people. In fact, there's an interesting story that Tony Ayo said was that they were all hanging out at Big Meech's house It was Meech, Lil Meech, 50, Uncle Murder, Tony Ayo, and Lil Baby had just been there, right? And Big Meech was like, yo, Lil Baby came through here, in the Lambo truck, and he didn't give me nothing.
Yeah.
So Tony was like, oh, okay. He was kind of surprised that he said that, because I guess Meech was expecting, and a lot of people are helping him. I mean, that show with everyone doing free concerts, that's a huge, that's a huge gimme right there. But I guess he was expecting people to kind of give him 100,000 here and 50,000 there and so forth. But
and this situation alone can show you so many problems that goes on in the culture. All you got to pick sides. You got to be on 50's side, or you got to be on Rick Ross's side. Rick Ross went out of his way to give him a gift. You know what I'm saying? And 50 takes that as a threat. That shouldn't be a threat. And the fact that you put Lil Meech on, you shouldn't feel threatened with that at all either. Somebody else's success and what other people are doing, you shouldn't have to take that as a threat to especially cancel a show, and feel like you have to throw this kid under the bus, expose the text message, and troll. Like, it's all too petty, and it's not worth it. And for what? Like, BMF was a show in the culture. That was a great show. It will go down as, top 5, top 10 shows that ever went down in the culture. And now what? It's all taken away because of pride, because they want to be petty, because they want to do the tit for tat. Like, to me, this is all really just like feminine energy. Big Meech talking about Lil Baby pulled up in the Lambo and didn't give him a handout. But if it wasn't for the culture, Lil Baby and Big Meech would have never crossed paths. They don't have a connection in a bond where Lil Baby owes him anything, but, just because he's a staple in our culture. And I also think Tony Ayo was really right as well. Lil Meech is so consumed in the culture buying chrome heart jeans, and, you should have been stacking your money. And we so focused on getting handouts. Big Meech could have easily did a few interviews, getting out of jail, putting in work. He could have came out with a book. There's so much that we can do for ourselves. And there's so many layers that we can unpeel from this situation. So at the end of the day, I feel like, as men, we just need to grow up a little bit. For the culture, we need to grow up. Everything shouldn't be a threat on who we are and what we got going on. But in the same breath, I can't be mad at 50 because it's like, I literally went out of my way to build y'all up for y'all to be taking pictures with my op. Like, I would feel some type of way as well. I don't think that I would have took it to the extent that 50 did, but at the same time, I feel where 50 coming from. So, we need to be able to look at all these different perspectives and layers and be able to, grow from these things, be able to come together and learn and put our pride aside and our ego in order to, make the right move.
If you don't really have a connection with somebody, you're not really going to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, Meech, bro, I don't know. Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, my response, bro, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, that's my daddy. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, let's go to war. Nigga, fuck you. And everything nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, nigga. Nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Is it my son, nigga, my nigga ain't gonna go against this grain. Fuck that. I was like, damn, like, seemed like him and 50 got a, because after that then came out how Meech was talking all, like, no, nigga, fuck all y'all. I'm with my dad, nigga, I ain't like his response, but seemed like he got a genuine love for 50 Cent or him, and from when I was reading it, like Seemed like he caught in the middle, but you know, like
Yeah.
he caught in the middle. That what it seemed like from me reading it. But I'd have been like, nigga, fuck you.
Right, because it's your father.
It's my daddy, nigga, fuck you.
At the end of the day, I'm riding with Boosie. You know, right or wrong, I'm with Pops. You know, whether Pops made the right decision or the wrong decision, I gotta ride with Pops. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you guys hop into my bio where you guys can follow my other platforms. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. We out.